afternoon from the National Pythian Council and all the modern Pythian Games team. I'm Rania Lambo from Greece. I'm a STEM instructor and researcher, a global educator, and I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education and the Greek Astronomy Space Company. Furthermore, I am a global ambassador of language, literary, and oratory arts, as well as education of the National Pythian Council and also the National Ambassador of Ecumenical Delphic Union. Drawing inspiration from ancient Greece, Modern Pythian Games, founded by Mr. Bigender Goel, is the first global cultural movement which unites arts, cultures, and traditional sports through a multitude and a wide variety of international and collaborative activities. The Pythian Games in the ancient Greece were one of the 4 Pan-Hellenic Games which were held in honor of God Apollo. Today, we're very happy because we have renowned dignitaries with us from different countries, from Serbia, Lebanon, Armenia, Palestine, Sri Lanka, of course, Greece and India, who will present interesting views on the culture of the country and will share their visions about how modern Pythian Games can be actually implemented in the modern society. And without further ado, I request Mr. Bigender Goel, founder of Modern Pythian Games and founding Secretary General of the National Pythian Council, to deliver his welcoming address. So, Mr. Bigender Goel, we welcome you to our virtual stage.
Thank you so much, Rania. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed representatives from around the world, my colleague, Mr. Asim Khetrapal, who is the Vice President of International Pythian Council, and all viewers who are joining us online. Thank you for joining us today in this 10th International Zoom conference on the vision of modern Pythian Games, hosted by our gracious, dedicated Rania Lampu from Greece. It is an honor to be here as the founder of the modern Pythian Games and to share our vision for a more inclusive, diverse, and culturally rich world. Modern Pythian Games, born out of a passion for preserving traditional games, uplifting artisans, and celebrating diverse cultures, stand as a testament to the power of unity through culture and heritage. I must also take a moment to congratulate my Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, for hosting the presidency of G20 nation, which is going on in my city, New Delhi, and for advocating to expand the G20 into the G21 with the inclusion of African Union today. India is making great strides under his leadership, and I believe this expansion will further enrich the agenda of G20 nations. Today, I am not here just as a founder, but as an advocate, calling upon the G20 nations to embrace our vision and include it in their agenda. Through my recent social media posts and tweets, I requested the leaders of various G20 nations to recognize that together we can build bridges and foster understanding among nations. We can celebrate unity, culture, and heritage not as a dividing elements, but as a threads that we weave together the beautiful tapestry of humanity. The modern Pythian Games hold immense potential in the world's cultural circular economy. Artisan and traditional craftsmen and women who have honed their skills for centuries to create timeless masterpieces are in need of our support. By incorporating the promotion and projection of their crafts into our global agenda, we can empower these individuals and communities economically and culturally. Furthermore, arts, culture, and sports activities are among the largest employment and tourism generators on our earth, on our planet. By investing in and nurturing these sectors, we can not only create jobs, but also promote cultural exchange, boost our economies, and understanding between nations. The modern Pythian Games aim to be at the forefront of the endeavor, promoting economic growth while celebrating the beauty of our diverse world. In this virtual conference, we are joined by the representatives from various nations, including Armenia, Sri Lanka, Serbia, Lebanon, Palestine, Greece, and India. Each of these nations brings its unique cultural richness to the table. We are grateful for their participation, and their presence here underscores the importance of our mission. Armenia boasts a cultural heritage with its vibrant music, dance, and crafts. To further enhance cultural richness, investment in the cultural education and preservation of traditional art is crucial. Increased participation in sports can also foster unity and well-being among its diverse population. In Sri Lanka possesses a unique blend of cultures. Encouraging cultural exchange programs and a festival can promote its cultural wealth. Supporting grassroots sports initiative can boost participation and promote healthier lifestyle. Serbia's cultural richness is evident in its music, folklore, and literature. Strengthening cultural institutions and facilitating the international cultural exchange can further enhance Serbia's cultural influence. Investment in sports, infrastructure, and programs can encourage widespread participation. Lebanon's diverse culture is its strength. Promoting cultural dialogues and investing in heritage preservation can contribute to the cultural enrichment. In sports, building facilities and promoting sports at the grassroots level can encourage participation. If you talk about Palestine cultural identity is deeply rooted. Supporting local artists and cultural events can help in preserving and promotes its heritage. Investments in the sports infrastructure and initiatives can offer avenues for youth engagement and unity. And of course, Greece, the origin and the birthplace of Pythian Games. Greece, with its ancient heritage, should continue supporting cultural festivals and artistic endeavors. In sports, promoting a healthy lifestyle and grassroots sport development can boost participation. Of course, my country, India's cultural diversity is vast. Encouraging regional cultural exchanges and promoting traditional art forms can preserve its rich heritage. Investment in sports infrastructure, training programs, and grassroots sports can enhance participation and nurture talents. In all these countries, fostering cultural richness and sports participation require a blend of government support, community involvement, and international collaboration. These efforts cannot only enrich the nation's cultural landscapes, but also promote unity, health, and well-being among their populations. As we look ahead, I invite all nations, not just those present today, to join us in this collective effort. Let us expand the circle of inclusivity, ensuring that the modern Pythian Games becomes a symbol of unity, respect for traditions, and celebration of diversity on a global scale. In conclusion, and at last, let us remember that by embracing the ideals of modern Pythian Games, we can build a brighter future together. Let us uplift artisans, preserve traditional games, and promote diverse cultures. Let us make this vision a reality, not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. Thank you, and let us work hand in hand to create a moral, culturally rich, and harmonious world. Thank you so much.
General Goel, your speech was fantastic, and we're very happy that the Prime Minister of India recently visited Greece, And this inaugurates a new era of collaboration between India and Greece. It's very, very important because this opens up a new pathways for modern Pythian games also. So thank you very much, and we can start with our first keynote speaker today from Palestine, Mr. Eyad Al-Suki.
Everybody, I am very excited to meet you. Eyad Al-Suki, teacher of technology and computer science at Jenin Basic School for Boys in the city of Jenin, Palestine, received a large number of awards. When we talk about Palestine, we are talking about the beginning of a human history. Here is the oldest Palestinian city. For example, Jericho, Palestinian terrorist Jericho is one of the oldest city throughout the ages, dating back to 9,000 BC. Another city, Jerusalem, is considered one of the oldest city too on the earth in the historical era. It was demolished and rebuilt more than 18 times in the history, and it is origins to back 5,000 years BC. The famous cities in Palestine, Ramallah. 1 second. I will show you some photo about the famous cities in Palestine. Ramallah, Nablus, here Jenin, here Akko, here Al-Ramla, here Bisan, Nablus, Hebron, Beit Lahem, Haifa, Tabariya, Gaza, Kalkilia. Here the famous food in Palestine, makluba, hummus, falafel. Here the famous food, مسخن, kunafa, Nabulsi is the delicious food. And popular foods, we talking about some foods. There are many traditional clothes in Palestine. Each city and origin has on uniform. The most foods again, makluba, al-musakhan, hummus and falafel, Nabulsi, kunafa. The most important character groups. Palestine is famous for it is olives, grapes, figs, citrus fruits and grains, vegetables. For tourism in Palestine, there are many ancient Palestinian cities and monuments, beautiful and amazing. Palestine is also distinguished by beauty of the plains and mountains. Its coasts and seas are like Mediterranean and the Dead Sea and the Red Sea and the Tabariyas. The beauty and history of Palestine is the one most beautiful. Its geographical location link all continents together, which enhances cooperation and culture exchange between all countries. Photo, as you see, photo about clothes. Thank you so much for an invitation. Thank you, Ms. Rania. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eyad. Palestine has a long-standing history. It's a holy land. And of course, significant to the major world religions, because you can find countless holy sites scattered there through Palestine that are worth, of course, visiting. And as you said about food, it produces some of the best olives in the world. I know you're doing a lot in the field of technology, so maybe we can organize competitions there, robotics or anything else with the students, and find ways to promote modern Pythian games in Palestine. So with our next speaker from Serbia, Ms. Jasna Boskovic, you can introduce yourself first and you can move ahead.
Thank you, dear Rania, for your invitation to participate in this global movement. It is a pleasure to be in this great international community. Do you see my presentation? Yes, okay. My name is Jasna Bošković, and I'm a teacher in electrotechnical school Nikola Tesla in Pančevo. That is the closest city to our capital city, Belgrade, in Serbia. I teach web design and web programming. Those are technical subjects that can encourage students to be creative and to show the world their technical skills through web pages with various topics. In my 18 years of experience from my beginnings in school, I started to implement project-based learning on my classes, and it was very significant for me to find interesting topics, but also to find friends from other countries for my students, so that they can learn together, as in today's world, key skills, key 21st century skills should be ability to work in international society and to respect cultural differences in that society. From beginning of eTwinning in our country, eTwinning is a platform that connects schools from across Europe. We started to have projects on that platform with our students. Meanwhile, I became an eTwinning ambassador, and now I would like to show you how we prepare our students for the future through technology and cultural exchanges. So just to see how... Sorry. So first of all, collaboration between teachers is very significant, as they are connections between students from different countries. On eTwinning platform, we can find partners, thematic groups, courses, and conferences that we can attend. And on last year's European conference, keynote speaker was Gerd Leonhard. That is, he is a futurist, and he was talking about future of education, and he said that in this exponential growth of data and information in world, educators should promote new competencies such as humanity, ethics, creativity, and imagination, which are also basic elements of Pythian Games, I hope. And I also like to comment on future of education. That is a comment that Mariana Pantic gave. She is a worker on National Support Service of eTwinning in Serbia. She said that the future is survival of the friendliest. So I teach my students to be friendly every day, and it is very important for their future. To be on international projects and to make new friends, we should present ourselves first. So we also must keep in mind that we should be safe in digital environment, and our students present themselves through avatars. Here are some examples from our RoboFriends project that was this year main topic on eTwinning platform for my school in general. We also, through all projects, work on horizontal transfer of knowledge. So we encourage our students to teach each other, to explain the process of work to their peers. Here is one example of creation of visual messages in cryptography, which was our topic last year in project Public Secret. Also, we encourage vertical transfer of knowledge. Our students from high schools make tutorials, make some worksheets, code machines for younger ones. Upon those materials, younger students create their own works of art. Also, we include guests that are experts from various fields. And they are very significant as they are human source of information, but also significant source of experience. We use guests not only for web design, that is our main subject, but also we use guests that can teach us some special skills. As you can see in these examples, we had a guest from computer science faculty in Belgrade that taught us how to make strong passwords last year. We also must evaluate our works, and we do that periodically through some checklists to see if our project gain its aim. And at the end, we have presentations of works. Here you can see one great example of creativity and cultural exchange. All partners in the project wrote stories about their countries, their cities, and their schools. And in those stories, they incorporate secret messages, secret visual messages, and if you want to read the story, you should learn how to decode those messages, and you have opportunity to know who we are, from what country we are, from what city we are, and how it is in our school. This year's topic on e-twinning platform is innovation and education, being creative with e-twinning. We had a national conference yesterday, and we were talking about robotics and artificial intelligence and how does it affect our lives. I was a moderator on workshop labeled with robots artists. Let's create digital art with programming and creative robots. And I must say that our educators are very creative, and they have power to empower students with humanity, ethics, creativity, and imaginations, skills, and make world a better place. So thank you for your attention. Thank you, Armenia. Thank you, Bijender, for your invitation to join this video conference.
Welcome, Jasna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Jasna. You know, I have said many times through this platform and sessions that we have a separate category in Pythian Games. It's not only about art and culture, it's also about technology and robotics, and we seek to involve students, as many as we can, from different countries. And of course, cultural exchange activities can open up the world to students, giving them the chance for new experiences and to meet other students from different countries and with technology. From, for instance, virtual exchanges. Virtual exchanges are an excellent way for students to experience other cultures right from the classrooms. And as there is this globalization movement, we need students who can demonstrate a high degree of the cultural competency. So new technologies offer unprecedented opportunities, and especially for platforms like National Pythian Games or e-twinning, you mentioned, is a European platform for promoting cross-cultural exchanges and collaborations. And the cultural exchanges are now being fostered across disciplines and across all the spectrum also of educational settings. So thank you very much for your presentation and your great work you're doing in schools in Serbia. And now we can move with our next keynote speaker from Lebanon, Miss Maggie Izasi.
Very glad to be with you today. I want to start with Lebanon's culture. I'll talk a little bit about Lebanon's unique geography. Can you hear me well? Am I audible? Okay. Because both summer and winter sports thrive in the country because of its unique geography. In fact, during autumn and spring, it is sometimes possible to engage both activities for this. For example, on the same day, we can make skiing in the morning and swimming in the afternoon. So this is one of the unique things that are present in Lebanon. In general, if I want to talk about the history of the culture and arts in Lebanon or sports in general, Lebanon hosted the Asian Cup in 2000 and the Pan Arab Games in 1957 and the 1997. In December 2011, Lebanon also gained acceptance to host the 13th Pan Games in 2015. The Winter Games were under consideration to be held also in 2009, but they didn't take place. But the Francophonic Games took place. In general, also, if I want to talk about the sports present in Lebanon, there are rally, jogging, wrestling, hiking, football, tennis, diving, skiing. So there are a lot of games that foster the communication in all its senses. The intercultural dialogue and the mutual understanding. In fact, I want to say something that art is considered a medical remedy for peace too. In general, if I want to talk about the increased use of art to establish and strengthen the conflict prevention mechanism, and it has been seen to have an increased success in this domain. Art can also directly nurture a peace process by providing a voice to marginalized or oppressed groups, where it enhances the relevance and the legitimacy of the process itself. In education these days, and taking into consideration the importance of integrating music, art, even yoga in certain schools on the psychological status of the students, delivering a wide range of advantages, many schools started in education also to integrate arts, and its schedule, and to increase the use of subjects that are Python games, for example, robotics, the increased use of activities in the educational program, knowing their importance on the psychological state of the students, and knowing their importance in general on the teaching process, increasing their abilities, increasing their logical thinking, the critical thinking, the logical reasoning, increasing the capabilities of the students to give more in the other tutorial subjects. So it also it showed a great importance to use it in the educational process. Thanks a lot for your invitation, and that's all about Lebanon in general. I tried to talk in brief on everything about Lebanon in general, its culture, and about the use of art in education. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Maggie. And you know, I learned that the Lebanese and Greeks have a lot of common in food. We have shawarma, gyros, baklava, moussaka, you know, kebabs, like the same food. I didn't know about this. So yes, and you have also you're famous for ancient citadels. So thank you very much for your presence today and your speech. And now we can move with our next speaker from Sri Lanka, Mr. Harsa. Can you unmute?
Okay. Yes, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen. Found the modern Pythian Games, Mr. Bijendra Goyal. Of course, President of ITC, DAFA Greece, Ms. Rania Lambo, gracious, and as Bijendra Goyal said, always dedicated Very nice to see you here. And president from is also the president from various countries all over the world, conducting these great platforms to, connect the world as a whole. So the first time in my life, I'm joined by this great platform conference, video conference. Thank you for that, and I would like to introduce myself a bit. I am Harsha from Sri Lanka. I am just 35 years old. I worked in Employees Trust Fund Board, which comes under Financial Ministry in Sri Lanka. I have been working there over 6 years now. My first school was, in Mahyangan area, where as we call the Lord Buddha came. I believe Buddha too much, and that's where my first school is located, Mali at the Central College. I passed A-level exam, and I just get into University of Ruhuna, which is located in Matara, and I got my Bachelor of Arts degree in Economic Science, and then I joined the Employees Trust Fund Board, and I followed master degree at the University of Kelaniya, which is situated in Colombo, as you know. And so when you talked about Sri Lanka has a rich history of of many various things. Sri Lanka has a great culture, arts, dance, people, hospitality, and nature, everything we have here in Sri Lanka. Also one of the most hospitalious country in the world, I can say. People are very nice here in Sri Lanka. So I live in Ratnapura. Maybe you don't know about that. Ratnapura is located in the central province of Sri Lanka. There are nine provinces in Sri Lanka. So one of province is the Sabaragamu province, and Ratnapura is located in Sabaragamu province. So I worked at Employees Trust Fund Board as an enforcement officer, assistant enforcement officer, and our role is, we monitor such as we call. This is a fund. This is a fund which is formed for private sector and semi-government sector workers. Based in their salary, basic salary, we calculate 3% from their basic salary, and we monthly we employers pay their contributions to our Employees Trust Fund Board, calculating from basing their basic salary. So we monitor and we regulate that our act, and that's our part in this job. And so Aiboan in Sri Lankan, it is that this is a home greeting all the way from Sri Lanka. As you call in English is hello. So I am so happy and excited for this moment in order to exchange the Sri Lankan enthusiasm of modern Pythian games. Thanks for Mr. Goyal too, who is always responsible and to establish a great platform, for Pythian games alongside with Olympics. Once every 4 planned Hellenic Games to be held in ancient Greece. It is absolutely delighted to be a part of this, very unique platform, which brings the world together in a very unique way. Sri Lankan Pythian Games incorporate with Greek origins, for sure. We know ancient Greek, when we talked about Greek, when I was a kid, when I follow my O-level and A-levels, we heard a lot about Athens and great people like Aristotle, Plato, Pythagoras, such great men. So they have done a lot to this world. That's where Rania Lampis come from. So it is very happy to even this way to join you and work with you. It's a real honor for me. And so incorporate with Greek origins, and it celebrates own culture heritage, traditions, and sporting. So Sri Lankan modern Pythian games are inspired by unique spirits, skills, and diversity of Sri Lankan people. Can you hear me? Sri Lanka respects the origin of Pythian games by creating its own cultural identification. So when we regard regard the Pythian Games organized in part, so platform which is responsible for such things like planning, coordinating, and execution of Sri Lankan Pythian Games. Sri Lanka has a rich history of sporting and is renowned for its athletics. So this there are a few bodies involved to work with to promote these sports and through Pythian Games. So there are some relevant government agents, sport federations here in Sri Lanka, cultural organizations, local communities as well, and also most importantly the private sector is joined. So their role is also very vast, and managing events, allocating funds to the occasions, and selecting venues and ensuring compliance with regulations in Sri Lanka. So for sure, Sri Lankan athletics is globally recognized and widely celebrated. Sri Lanka is enhancing its position of Pythian Games to elaborate with lots of fashion. Here's to showcase why Sri Lanka is the land of athletics in many years. I will mention you in short forms. So celebrations are very dynamic in athletics here in Sri Lanka, and cultural heritage of Sri Lankan Pythian Games, and encouraging competitors from around the countries, etc. So our goal is to develop Sri Lankan rich diversity of athletics. We want to empower sport, cultural and heritage value of athletics. Pythian Games will hold Sri Lankan cultural legacy to different directions along with sporting events. We represent music, dance, and art, allowing participants to embrace the Sri Lankan unique history. So, inspiring next generation is crucial for Sri Lankan Pythian Games for strengthening the Sri Lankan athletics for the future. We are offering so many platforms to young players to shine their skills, and we are so hungry for goals, for more goals in the near future events in sporting. In Sri Lankan athletics, young talents are encouraged from schools, school levels, colleges, and even local community to pursue their sportsmanship and to sports love. Sri Lankan Pythian Games will, prioritize as I know about economic. Environmental sustainability is a part of sports and Pythian Games. So environmental sustainability, in the process we try to implement eco-friendly system, eco-friendly practice system, encouraging to trash our garbages or whatever we call to reduce them, embracing.
Thank you so much. I think you covered many aspects so far. You said that Modern Pythian Games is a unique platform which unites cultures and nations in unique ways. This is wonderful, and I love also that you're a fan of Greece and in Greece. Thank you so much for your speech, and we're looking forward to collaborate with Sri Lanka also in the domain also of sports and athletics. So next, move on to our next speaker, keynote speaker from Armenia, Miss Alice. Alice, we can start.
Yes, this will be brief, as you have asked. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm
teacher Dr. Alice Durgarian from Armenia, currently living here but working in different countries as an ESL, EFL, or ESP teacher trainer, global educator, and international speaker. Today, I would like to a little bit talk about Armenia because Armenia is considered to be like an open-air museum, which is famous for its nature, for its water, and many interesting historical just places and things. First of all, I would like just to introduce that Armenia is considered to be the first Christian country because in 301 AD we were the first country that adapted Christianity as religion. There are many different kinds of many let's say historical places where you can just come enjoy, especially if you are a nature fan. And not only just to admire, but also there are different kinds of extreme sport places. One of them, it's very near to my town, which is considered to be like a place where the sportsmen usually for Winter Olympic Games, sportsmen come here to just practice skating and skiing. And also there are different other kinds of like climbing, horse racing, many. But besides this, that usually for Olympic, summer and winter Olympic Games, our not only Armenian but from other countries, sportsmen come here to practice and train. At the same time, in Armenia we have such called Navasardian Summer Olympic Games, which is usually celebrated only in Armenia in August. At the beginning of August. Usually on these days, this tradition comes from old times when Armenian kings, then a little bit Armenian nation started organizing games which were like sport games, but at the same time like entertainment games, and they were called Navasardian because in ancient times August was called as Navasardian. That's why everything comes from this time. That's why. Besides the International Olympic Winter and Summer Games, we also have such kind of games that usually they use the sportsmen, different professionals. They just gather, taste Armenian, very interesting, just and at the same time delicious foods, wine and brandy, which is also all over the world. It is known as one of the best, and they can enjoy, have the food, and also play such kind of games. We have many football clubs, volleyball, basketball, and other teams, but I would like also to a little bit pay attention to the chess. Chess is very one of the maybe most important sport types that usually we have in our country. Especially, it's an obligatory subject at schools from second, third, and fourth grade students. In every school in Armenia, they just have chess lessons because very often we have chess competitions. Even we have chess academy where the students can go and get more additional chess lessons. For example, my children also, they have attended chess clubs and have also participated in different kinds of competitions. Also, we have martial arts, especially the judo, the karate, which is very also known, and basketball and volleyball. I think that these are going to be like games that are known all over the world, where everyone just can go, can participate in different kinds of competitions, not only just to have something like to train, but also to have a lot of fun. And one more thing I would add, here we are having running, racing, marathons, also family competitions where the competitors are families. It can be father, mother, and one or two children. It depends on the type of the competition. And it means that sport has a very important role in Armenians' life. And many of them doing different kinds of sport. They want to train, they want to be healthy, they want to just also while competing and also participating in different kinds of Olympic Games. We have many chess winners, we have many martial arts winners, and also we have many heavyweight sportsmen which are known all over the world, football player. I think in every sphere when it's there are different kinds of competition, and we see our winner one more time. We are proud of the ones who do their best to train to be the first one to be the winner. And as a conclusion, I would like to say, in order to have healthy body, you should have healthy mind. And this is an old saying which is very important. And for healthy body, for healthy mind, you should do sport, you should play different kinds of games, and it doesn't matter that you are adult. Sometimes, for example, as a teachers, we play different kinds of games with our students to show that it doesn't matter. The game doesn't recognize any age, there is no limitation. You can play anytime, any place, with your students, with your friends, with your family members. Maybe the main aim, the main goal is to get pleasure and to enjoy the games. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you very much, Ms. Alice. I didn't know that you have so many sports games there, and you have already the graded chess. You have chess academies and the graded chess in schools. It's surprising. It's amazing. And as you said, healthy minds, healthy body. It's the old quote, and always relevant and very useful to take into consideration in your daily life, which is difficult and very complex. So thank you very much. And now I think it's time to call upon the Vice President of International Pythian Council from India, Mr. Rosin, who will enlighten us maybe on the progress of Media Pythian Games so far. Yes.
Thank you, Rania. Thank you, Mr. Goel, and thank you all the August gathering which has come here today. I was very impressed with the way people talked about the cultures and the things that can be done in their countries. And very important was the last speaker said was sports is very important till the time you live. It's the healthy mind which makes everything work. And the thought of Pythian, I know we don't have too much time, just in a few sentences. The thought of Pythian is to take the culture and sports together, which was there 2,000 years back. Today, we've differentiated between sports and culture. And because the advent of television and sports getting more limelight on television, somewhere down the line, the art and culture has taken a back seat. So it is very important that what movement we've started today takes shape. And kudos to the team, Rania and Mr. Goel, who've been working tirelessly to interact and get connectivity around the globe. It is a Herculean task, believe me, getting connected. And this is the only way that we start getting connected. There is no other medium except these sessions that we have on Zoom meetings so that we understand each other. It takes time. It takes time to develop a concept like this. Time, and it takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of motivation. Just a few people first, and then the rest will all follow. But believe me, when the first thing happens, everything will start changing. People who are there sitting will start changing because there is a movement. And I think, Rania, I need to compliment you on the way you've gone about taking this whole thing along with Mr. Goel. I'm aware of what all is happening. There are problems. There are going to be problems, but we've got to have our mind intact and our forces intact in our mind, that we've got to take this and take it to the first step which the world will see. I think we're meeting a lot of success over here in India. There are people, we've met certain people, they're coming back very positively, and all the work that everyone's doing somewhere down the line will get collective on one day, and the movement will start. We have so many countries coming up. The poetry and the authors are getting together. It is not a small movement. Believe me, it takes years for a government to do that. What the Pythian movement has done in the last 5 months. It's really commendable, and commendable with all of you, especially with Mr. Goel's thought and the way he wakes up people. Carry on like that. all my wishes. But India, remember, India and Greece are two major countries which can make it happen. Because if we go back history, it's either India or Greece which changed the course of history since the time we know history. So there is a lot of connect, and now Prime Minister going to Greece and meeting the ambassador was a very, very big flip for the Pythian Games. That's all. Thank you very much. And I think we can conclude. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone from all the countries. It was a pleasure interacting with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Osim. Yes, what we're trying to do to combine is a unique concept to combine sports and culture and spread modern Pythian games all around the world. As you said, through these sessions, we're trying to involve different countries for different parts of the world, and connect, collaborate, and diffuse our message, our ideals about peace, about tolerance, and peaceful settlements, and all these things, all these ideas and values. So thank you very much. I know you have done, you have made a significant contribution for the Modern Pythian Games, and we're really grateful to you for the incredible work you're doing. We will continue, of course, these sessions because we have many guests and from different countries that we want to explore more cultures, explore more ideas, and put, of course, all these ideas into practice with your support. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to call Mr. Bigender, founder of Modern Pythian Games, for the concluding remarks. Mr. Bigender.
Thank you, Rania. Today we had a very good interaction with Iyad from Palestine. He shared about his culture, his food, and it was really wonderful. Jasna spoke about, from Serbia. She spoke about the robotic education in her country, and it was really wonderful. And Maggie from Lebanon, she talked about the sports in her country, and the Harsha Vikram Singh talked about Sri Lanka and the cultures and the sports and how they can commercialize the sports activities there. Allies from Armenia, she told about the family competition. That's really wonderful, and her word healthy body, healthy mind. It's really very impressive, and we look forward for the further collaboration. For all members, I would like to say Pythian Games is a unique idea in the world now. This is we have the virtual as well as the physical platforms, and we are coming soon with our different competition. It may be either quiz, it may be poetry competition, it will be musical competitions, it will be dance competitions, and you will come to know about the concept of Pythian Games, how it will be conducted in a practical way. And I think from this month only our activities will start. And I hope so. We have also included the cricket in this our preview. So we are starting with the visually impaired and cricket, and the cricket for the physically challenged also. We have also included some other formats of the crickets also. So it will be going to be a big revolution in the field of sports, art, and culture. So I need your cooperation and I need your full support. I want you take forward your country for this cultural moment of the modern Pythian game. Thank you so much joining us today, and we'll keep in touch. Thank you so.
Definitely, modern Pythian games a revolution, as you said, a unique concept nowadays. And thank you very much for updating us on new upcoming projects of cricket for disabled people. I think it's very it's significant. And of course, we're looking forward for all these new upcoming events and competitions you announced. Art, dance, music, robotics also. I will do my best to promote robotics competitions, which is my expertise. So thank you very much, Mr. Bigender Goel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 10th session is over for today. I would like to congratulate Modern Pythian Games for the organization of this very interesting Global Virtual International Conference Of course, I would like to thank all our respected guests, keynote speakers from different countries who today shared with us important aspects of the culture and their vision. All the audience who watched us live from the channels and the social media handles of Modern Pythian Games. And thank, of course, Mr. Bigender Goel and Mr. Panos Kantsilis, who are the two initiators of this first global cultural movement. So see you next week for new adventures, new cultures, new nations, new ideas, and new innovations. Thank you very much. Wishing you a wonderful evening.